Welcome to Gray Matter Reports. Today, we decode the complex reality of events that unfold around us. Shadows flicker across sterile walls, a haunting reflection of minds entwined in obsession. In the dim light of a clinical space, a solitary figure sits, eyes sharp, demeanor composed. This is the intersection of reason and madness, where the human psyche unravels in the pursuit of understanding. A solitary clock ticks, each second echoing a silent urgency. Here, the neuropsychological dance begins. It's a performance of intellect and impulse, where every movement, every thought is meticulously scrutinized. The subject's mind is a labyrinth, each twist revealing hidden corridors of obsession, rationality, and the intricate web of human behavior. The fascination with the antisocial profile runs deeper than surface intrigue. It is a study of contrasts, where cold logic collides with the raw emotional undercurrents that drive an individual beyond societal norms. In this realm, the mind becomes a canvas, painted with strokes of genius and madness. Each brushstroke tells a story, a tale of impulses controlled and calculations made. What compels an individual to traverse the thin line between creation and destruction? The answer lies not in the sensational, but in the cerebral, the biological evidence that reveals the underlying architecture of thought and behavior. Here, the clinical gaze dissects the neural pathways, illuminating the dark recesses that shape actions. It's a somber exploration, a journey into the heart of obsession, where reason is both a guide and a tormentor. As the camera pans across the room, data streams flicker on monitors, each statistic a testament to a life lived in the shadows. The analysis unfolds like a film reel, capturing the moments that define an individual's descent into complexity. Rationality, often perceived as the safeguard of sanity, becomes a double-edged sword. It can protect, yet it can also ensnare. This is not merely a study of behavior, it is an examination of the human condition, where every case conclusion echoes with the questions that linger long after the analysis ends. What drives one to obsession? What binds the rational to the irrational? The answers are woven into the fabric of human experience, waiting to be unraveled by those brave enough to confront the truth. In this world, the ordinary fades away. The narrative is rich, layered, and steeped in the complexity of existence. Each profile is a story, a journey into the mind's darkest corners. Here we dare to explore, unflinchingly, clinically, and with unwavering resolve. The air was thick with a palpable tension, a web of unspoken fears and unexamined truths. In the dim light of the conference room, shadows flickered against the sterile walls. A whiteboard loomed large, its surface cluttered with notes and diagrams, a chaotic map of the mind's dark alleys. The scent of dry erase markers mingled with the faint odor of old coffee, a reminder of countless hours spent dissecting the human psyche. At the center of this mental labyrinth lay the subject, a case that had puzzled the best minds. The individual was not just a statistic, they were a complex tapestry woven from childhood trauma, genetic predispositions, and environmental stimuli. Each thread told a story, whispering secrets of obsession and rationality that twisted together in an intricate dance. The team gathered, eyes flickering with curiosity and apprehension. They leaned in, eager to dissect the layers that concealed the truth. The room was hushed, the only sound the soft tapping of keyboards as they documented their thoughts. Outside, rain pattered against the window, a rhythmic reminder of the world beyond, a world that continued to spin while they delved into the abyss of the mind. A slide appeared on the screen, revealing a timeline of the individual's life. Key moments, like the snapshot of a fractured mirror, reflected the influences that had shaped them. A troubled childhood, marked by neglect, had set the stage. Each year, each event was a seed planted in fertile ground, nurturing the growth of fixation and detachment. The team noted how basic needs had become overshadowed by a relentless pursuit of control, a desperate grasp at stability in an unpredictable world. "Observe," one expert said, tracing a finger along the timeline. "The obsession manifests not in a vacuum, but as a response to perceived threats." Each event fortified their narrative, creating a fortress of rationality around irrational behaviors. The atmosphere shifted. The narrative was no longer just clinical. It became personal, a dark reflection of what it meant to be human. They discussed the biological evidence that hinted at the individual's neurochemical imbalances. The brain, a battleground of impulses, fought against societal norms, crafting a distorted reality where obsession was not merely a choice, but an evolutionary survival tactic. As they pieced together this complex puzzle, the rain intensified, echoing the urgency of their mission. Outside, the world moved on, unaware of the intricate dance unfolding within these walls. Inside, the quest for understanding continued, driven by a singular goal: to unravel the mystery, to illuminate the shadows cast by a life led astray. Each detail was a clue, each insight a step closer to a case conclusion that promised to redefine their understanding of the human condition. The mind is a labyrinth, twisting inward, where shadows of obsession flicker against the walls of rationality. Each step taken down this path reveals a bridge, fragile yet unyielding, connecting the conscious to the subconscious. How does one navigate this terrain where logic meets irrationality, and where does the individual end and the obsession begin? Consider the case of an individual whose compulsions drive them toward a singular focus. Their thoughts spiral, consuming hours, days, and ultimately years. What compels them to fixate on a specific pursuit? Is it a quest for understanding, or merely an escape from the mundane? This dichotomy creates a psychological bridge, straddling the line between clarity and chaos. Neurologists might argue that the brain's wiring plays a pivotal role. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thought, often clashes with the limbic system, the seat of emotion. This dance between reason and desire is not merely a metaphor, it is a biological reality. Yet, how does one reconcile these competing forces within the same mind? Can obsession be viewed as an extreme form of rationality, a distortion rather than a breakdown? The individual's world narrows. Each decision, each small act, becomes a reflection of their fixation. They may meticulously gather biological evidence, piecing together fragments that only they can see. This meticulous nature suggests a methodical approach. Are they driven by a thirst for knowledge, or is it an insatiable hunger for control? The question lingers: what lies beneath the surface of their obsession? As we examine the neuropsychological state, we find parallels with addiction. The initial thrill fades, but the compulsion remains. The bridge becomes a tightrope. One misstep can lead to a plunge into irrationality. How does one maintain balance when the stakes rise? The answer often eludes even the most astute observers. Engagement with the outside world diminishes. Relationships fray. Normalcy becomes an alien concept. The individual is left to grapple with a paradox. Is their obsession a form of enlightenment or a descent into madness? The bridge they walk is both a path to discovery and a prison of their own making. In this intricate dance of psychology, we ponder a final question. Is it possible to harness obsession for rational ends, or does the very nature of obsession ensure a departure from reason? The answer may lie not in understanding the obsession itself, but in comprehending the mind's profound complexities. A deep dive into the mind reveals shadows. The intricate interplay of behavior and biology unfolds as analysts sift through the minutiae of evidence. Each detail, a whisper of the subject's psyche. Every action, a reflection of underlying currents. Neuropsychological frameworks illuminate paths previously obscured. Take, for instance, the concept of the antisocial profile. Individuals exhibiting traits of this profile often present a facade of charm, masking profound emotional deficits. They navigate social landscapes with calculated precision, exploiting connections without genuine attachment. Here, rationality becomes a tool of manipulation, a cold, clinical mechanism devoid of empathy. Behavioral theories provide further insight. Theories such as the frontal lobe dysfunction hypothesis suggest a physiological basis for antisocial tendencies. The frontal lobe, responsible for impulse control and moral reasoning, may exhibit abnormalities in these individuals. Imagine a ship without a rudder, adrift in turbulent seas. Decisions are made in haste, devoid of foresight or consequence. This neurological anomaly manifests in the subject's actions, creating a chilling narrative of detachment. Biological evidence collected meticulously offers an anchor in this stormy psychological sea. Genetic markers associated with aggression and impulsivity serve as a map to understanding. Yet, one must tread carefully. The interplay of nature and nurture complicates this landscape. Environmental factors such as childhood trauma or exposure to violence intertwine with genetic predispositions, creating a complex web of influence. It is a dance of fate and choice, of biology and behavior, where understanding becomes both a burden and a revelation. The neuropsychological analysis extends beyond mere observation. It requires an empathetic lens, an appreciation for the human experience marred by distortion. A subject's history, a mosaic of choices and circumstances, provides context. Each thread tells a story. The individual's trajectory is shaped not only by innate characteristics, but also by external pressures, a relentless push and pull that drives them toward their eventual case conclusion. In this clinical examination, the distinction between rationality and obsession blurs. To an outsider, the subject's choices may seem incomprehensible. Yet within the confines of their mind, these actions resonate with logic, flawed, certainly, but logical nonetheless. Here lies the tragedy. Where rational thought becomes ensnared in obsession, a psychological labyrinth emerges. As analysts compile their findings, they navigate this intricate terrain with caution. Each insight gained is a step deeper into the labyrinth, a journey that transforms understanding into foresight. The neuropsychological dance between obsession and rationality unveils profound truths, revealing the haunting complexities of the human condition. The world wears a mask, a facade meticulously crafted to conceal the darker nuances of human nature. Each morning, countless individuals don their public personas, carefully curated to navigate societal expectations. Yet beneath the surface, a complex interplay of psychological forces lurks, driving behaviors that often defy rationality. In the grand theater of humanity, the stage is set for a performance that oscillates between obsession and rationality. For some, the pursuit of control manifests as a compulsion, an insatiable craving that distorts perception. This is not merely an individual affliction. It radiates outward, casting ripples across communities, nations, and cultures. The mask serves both as a shield and a weapon. Consider the case of the antisocial profile. This subject embodies a chilling contradiction. On the surface, they exude charm and charisma, drawing others into their orbit. Yet, the underlying psychological architecture reveals a landscape riddled with cognitive dissonance. The pursuit of personal gratification often eclipses empathy, creating a gulf between their actions and societal norms. This dissonance perpetuates a cycle of isolation, shrouded in the guise of social interaction. The ramifications extend far beyond the individual. Communities grapple with the fallout of such profiles, often misinterpreting the symptoms of deeper psychological distress as mere deviance. The social implications are profound. Misunderstood individuals can become scapegoats, their actions twisted into narratives that justify societal fears. In this dance of rationality and obsession, the line between predator and prey blurs, leaving chaos in its wake. Yet, it is crucial to examine the role of societal structures in shaping these behaviors. The pressures to conform can create an environment ripe for discontent. The corporate ladder, for instance, may reward ruthlessness over collaboration, fostering an ethos where obsession becomes a means to an end. This environment breeds individuals who mask their true selves, engaging in a constant performance of compliance while harboring ulterior motives. As the global landscape shifts, cultural narratives evolve. Nations respond differently to the manifestations of these psychological profiles, influenced by historical context and collective trauma. In some cultures, the mask is a symbol of honor and duty. In others, it represents shame and failure. The resulting dichotomy shapes how societies address the complexities of the human psyche. Thus, the interplay of obsession and rationality remains a pervasive theme in the human experience. Each individual, while wearing their mask, becomes both participant and observer in a collective narrative. The world watches, curious yet apprehensive, as the dance unfolds, revealing the intricate patterns of our shared humanity. The courtroom buzzes with anticipation. Eyes dart between the jury and the defendant, a figure encased in a veneer of calm. The air is thick, laced with the weight of collective scrutiny. Every mind present grapples with the idea of rationality juxtaposed against the obsessions that have led to this moment. As the lead investigator takes the stand, the narrative unfolds like a tightly wound coil. This individual exhibits traits characteristic of an antisocial profile, he states, his voice steady yet somber. A series of charts flicker on the screen, each one a fragment of a larger puzzle. The audience watches, entranced yet apprehensive, as the data reveals patterns behavioral anomalies, cognitive distortions, emotional detachment. Biological evidence, meticulously gathered, paints a chilling portrait of the unfolding tragedy. Neural pathways illuminated under the scrutiny of science serve as a reminder of the intricate dance between obsession and rationality. Each finding serves as a testament to the complexities of the human psyche. The subject's past plays out like a shadowy film, revealing the latent impulses that drove them toward these compulsions. The prosecutor's voice cuts through the tension. Your Honor, the culmination of our findings establishes a clear motive. The words resonate, echoing in the minds of those present. The jury leans in, their faces revealing a tapestry of emotions, fear, intrigue, and a desperate search for understanding. Each member must reconcile the notion that beneath the surface of calculated actions lies a fractured mind. In this assembly of rational thought and emotional upheaval, the final verdict hangs in the balance. What does justice mean when weighed against the complexities of the human condition? The jury deliberates, each member a vessel of conflicting thoughts, grappling with the moral implications of their decision. And then, silence. The foreperson rises, a symbol of finality. We find the subject. The words hang in the air, heavy with consequence. The courtroom holds its breath, the line between obsession and rationality blurring under the weight of the moment. As the verdict is delivered, a sense of closure envelops the room. Yet, questions linger like an echo. Can the mind truly be understood? What drives individuals toward their obsessions? In this intricate web of human behavior, the narrative never truly concludes. It evolves, beckoning the audience to delve deeper. For those who seek to unravel the complexities of the psyche, the journey continues. Subscribe now to explore the uncharted territories of the human mind, where obsession and rationality entwine in a perpetual dance, revealing the shadows of our existence.